first one being a respiration with oxygen, while the later is respiration without oxygen. Let's come to feeding. When we talk of feeding, it's taking in of substances we call food that nourish the body and give energy to the body. Now, all living things, they feed to be able to carry out their activities and maintain their body. Now, again, plants and animals differ in the way they feed. While plants are, most of the plants we say are green, and because they are green, they are capable of making their own food using solar energy and water and carbon dioxide from the environment to build up the food. So we say that plants make their own food, and because they make their own food and they feed on their self-made food, we say they are autotrophic. So we have autotrophic feeding by plants, and animals, they don't have this green pigment we call chlorophyll to make their food. And so they feed on already made food, rely on the food made by the green plants. And feeding on ready-made food is referred to as heterotrophic feeding. Heterotrophic feeding. Now, you agree with me that if you are the one processing an item, you will take the best of it. And so plants, because the plants are the one making the food themselves, they don't need to convert it to complex structure before they feed on it. Because if they have to convert it to complex structure like starch, protein, they will have to digest before they make use of the food. So they feed on it when it is very simple form, so they don't need to digest. Because of that, we say plants carry out what we call holophytic food. Holophytic feeding. Feeding on self-made food in the simplest form that requires no digestion. While heterotrophic feeding, they have to take in food that is complex and they need to digest it before you can make use of it. And this is what we call holozoic feeding. Holozoic feeding is related to all the organisms, all the living things that cannot make their own food. They feed on complex food. While autotrophic feeding is the type of feeding that is only related to organisms that are capable of making their own food. And those are usually green plants. And of course, there are bacteria that have chlorophyll too, and some bacteria that use chemical energy to produce their food. We call them autotrophic bacteria. Among them, we can also classify the such bacteria as chlorophyllous bacteria or chemosynthetic bacteria.